What's going on, everybody? Guns is back in the building. And it is a wonderful Wednesday night. College basketball is cooking in conference championship style. If you don't know the show, you're going to know the show. This is the Late Night Bangers, and this is GunzPicks. And I do this daily every single night. Well, I've been taking a few days off, of course. Had a little bit of a snafu yesterday. Big time sickness, but hey, still brought the bangers to you. Went 2-1 on those babies. That's what we're talking about. Cash and tickets. All right, just messed that button up. But anyways, let's go into the slate tonight because we have a wonderful slate, and it's gonna be kicking off here in about 30 minutes to an hour on some of these plays. But I want to give shout outs to everybody that's joining. Michael, let's go, baby. Let's get to the plays and get right to it here, folks. Let's start this off with a little Pac-12 action. We're going to Stanford versus Utah. This kicks off at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. My old stomping grounds, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This game tips off. And listen, I'm going to be going with the trees on this one. Stanford, +1 right now, currently on the books. And that is going to be the play for me. Let me tell you why. Listen, can't trust Utah at this point. They're a falling knife. They're on a 5-game losing streak, going 2-8 against the spread in their last 10. I can't trust a team right now that is not really progressing as a unit. Now you got to look at Stanford. They've won 2 out of the last 3 games, 5-2 against the spread in the last 7. Now you got to break down the offenses and defenses between these two teams. Stanford, 37th in offensive efficiency, 83rd in field goal percentage, 85th in offensive rebounds. Not a great free throw shooting team, however, 277th in free throws. Now you got to look at the defense for Utah. Not too bad, honestly. They are 33rd in defensive efficiency, 7th in defending shots, 136 in rebounds. So, yeah, I guess the defense could make stops versus Stanford, but we got to look at the offense for Utah. That is where they definitely regress. 117th in offensive efficiency, 251st in field goal percentage. Not a good shooting team. 104th in offensive rebounding, 214th on the charity stripe. Can't make your free throws. You aren't the team for me. Now, Stanford's defense, not pretty close. 156 in defensive efficiency, 208th in defending shots, 86th in defensive rebounds. So a little bit of edge on the defensive side for Stanford, and I think their offense is built well enough that they could actually stay with the what Utah's defense brings to the table. Now, both these teams split during the season, road and road. Last time these two teams met was February 2nd, where Stanford won outright as a road dog, 5.5 points. Now you see them sitting here on neutral site, right around a pick 'em, whether it be a pick 'em or +1 in this spot. So I like Stanford. That's going to be the play for me on this one. I'm just not going to be back in Utah anytime soon. So give me Stanford +1 as the first play of the night. As we get going here, you guys are watching me live right now. Please get into the chat and chat it up with me. Tell me what you're drinking, what you're smoking. What are you going to be sweating tonight in the Late Night Bangers edition of the SWN Network? Let's go into the next play on the board. We're going to be talking La Tech versus FIU. This game is going to be at Ford Center at the Star, Frisco, Texas. And it is a 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tip-off on this one. And listen, I'm going with the dog here. It's going to be a dog day night, as they say here. FIU +1.5 as a play. Look, where's La Tech coming from? They're 1-7 straight up in their last 8 games, 1-5 against the spread in their last 6. I can't trust this team right now. Now you look at FIU. They are 1-5 straight up in their last 6, but they've covered their last 2 on the road. Better team, I think, from a covering standpoint, and they've actually shown me some life as a better looking at FIU. Now, LT's offense is okay at best. They're 154th in offensive efficiency, 146th in field goal percentage, 132nd in offensive rebounding. They are a bad team. They're very sloppy, though. They turn over the ball a lot, 289th in turnovers, but they're 120th on the free throw line. So I think if this game is going to be anything, it's going to be ball predicated on who turns over the ball less. When you look at FIU's defense, what are their strengths? Is creating turnovers. They're 18th in the country in creating turnovers as a defense. The rest of their defense, they're only ranked 198th in defensive efficiency. They're 267th in defending shots, 361st in defensive rebounding. So if there's anything that the advantage that FIU is going to have in this game, make La Tech turn the ball over here, folks. Now you got to look at the offensive side. Not great as far as FIU is concerned, but they are 52nd in 2-point percentage, and they are 135th on the free throw line, 228th in offensive efficiency overall. When you look at La Tech, they're not a good defending the shots. They're 321st in the country in defending shots, but they do create turnovers. They're very similar in a lot of ways to FIU, 42nd in that regard. So a little bit of advantage here on FIU. That's all I need on this one when you have the dog. But when you look at this matchup altogether, FIU does dominate. They've covered the last 8 versus La Tech. And in the last matchup that they played in March 2nd, guess what happened? La Tech beat them in overtime by 1 point. That's right, 77-76. So revenge factor here for FIU on a neutral court. They are the doggy here, and I'm going to be taking them FIU plus 1.5 as my second play of the night. As we're firing shots across the bow and hitting the boom for that matter. Might as well be throwing bombs as it goes here on this beautiful night. Oh, let's look at this play here, folks. We're going to the Big 12, T-Mobile Center, Kansas City, Missouri. How many T-Mobile centers and T-Mobile arenas are there? I don't know. T-Mobile, I didn't think they were, I didn't really think they were that big of a company, but I guess they know better than I do. They bought some sports arenas, or at least advertised for them. Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State, rivalry game here, folks. Basketball bedlam, I call it. And I'm going to be going with the doggy again here. Oklahoma Sooners +1 as a play. Listen, Oklahoma State, not a team I can trust at this point here. They have lost 5 out of their last 6 games, going 1-5 against the spread in that span. Oklahoma, 3-7 straight up in their last 10. However, they are 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. So maybe this is an opportunity for Oklahoma to beat their rival. Oklahoma's offense, 61st in offensive efficiency, 57th in field goal percentage. They're not a good rebounding team, 320th in that regard, 123rd in free throw percentage. Now you got to look at the defense for Oklahoma State, 20th in defensive efficiency, 21st in defending shots, 207th in defensive rebounding, and they do allow their opponents to get to the free throw line, so that's going to be a key component to this game, 320th in the country as far as that is concerned. Now you got to look at the offense for Oklahoma State. They're 90th in offensive efficiency. They're not a good shooting team. They're 203rd in field goal percentage, 77th in offensive rebounding, and they are a bad free throw shooting team, 258th in free throw percentage. Oklahoma has a strong defense, though. 48th in defensive efficiency, 77th in defending shots, and they're decent on as far as rebounding and banging the boards defensively, 112th in the country as far as that is concerned. So advantage on that one on the defensive side for Oklahoma against an egregious Oklahoma State offense. Now you got to look at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's 4-1 in neutral sites this year, 7-1 in their last 8. So they know how to play on neutral courts against their opponents. Whereas Oklahoma State, not so much. They're 0-4 against the spread in this season alone on neutral courts. Oklahoma State has also won the first 2 matchups, so big time revenge game for Oklahoma in this spot. And it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. So without that being said, there's a reason why this line is so low, and I'm going to be taking the small doggy here. Give me Oklahoma +1 as my third play of the night. As we go to the chat, exactly, my guy joining us. And Mooch, my guy, hoping you're feeling better. When's the GunzPicks merch? Hey, we're working out something with the merch and figuring out how we're going to do that, but it's baby steps here, folks. We're trying to build a channel first, and then we'll focus on the merch. But definitely, GunzPicks will be on the list. If you want to be part of the GunzPicks, all you have to do is watch my shows, baby. That's all you got to do. GunzPicks all the way, baby. All right, let's go to the next play, the final play of the night. We're going to the ACC, baby. And this is going to be at Greenboro Coliseum in Greenboro, North Carolina, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This game tips off, and we're going with Virginia Tech +2.5 as a play. Listen, they just played a game, okay? So the rust is gone. They feel the court, they felt the bounces, they've made the shots, they missed the shots, they got a feel of the rims. I like backing teams in those spots, especially a team that was a favorite in the first game, and I'll give you just some statistics on that in a second. Virginia Tech is off 3 straight wins as well. They just got a win over Notre Dame last game, 67-64. Hard-fought game overall, bounced back and forth, but they got the victory nonetheless. Now you got NC State. They're 2-3 straight up in their last 5 games, 3-2 against the spread in that span. Not too bad here, folks, but I think there's going to be a revenge spot here for Virginia Tech. And let's look at the stats on these two teams. 36 in Virginia Tech, 36 in offensive efficiency, 31st in field goal percentage, 13th in turnovers. They don't turn over the ball a lot here, folks. 248th in offensive rebounding, 134th on the free throw line. So what you're seeing here, a team that can shoot the ball. They're above average on the free throw line. Not a great offensive rebounding team, but they don't turn the ball over. So I like teams that don't turn the ball over to their opponents. When you look at the defense for the Wolfpack here, 31st in defensive efficiency, 113th in defending shots, 103rd in defensive rebounds, 244th allowing their opponents to the free throw line. So what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a team that's going to have some open looks versus this NC State team. Will make their shots because they've already played on the floor before. I think NC State is going to struggle here, especially in the first half overall, and I think Virginia Tech will take the game here. A team that is experienced in going very far into the tournament, it doesn't matter what their record is. Now you got to look at the NC State offense, 34th in offensive efficiency, but they're not a great shooting team. 119th in field goal percentage, 102nd in offensive rebounding, 172nd in free throws. So advantage offensively, got to give it to Virginia Tech. Now the defense for Virginia Tech, 147th in defending shots, 121st in defensive rebounding, and they're 116th in allowing teams to the free throw line. Not a bad statistic, above average if I say so, kind of right down there. But I think the advantage here for Virginia Tech is they're going to have to score points, and they're going to have to take advantage of the NC State's defense that doesn't defend the shots well. And like I said, Virginia Tech in a revenge spot here. First matchup, NC State won the game, so got to be defending the house here in Greenboro, a place that you've already played. So going back to that stat that I was talking about, teams that come from an opening round in the ACC tournament are 11-2-1 against the spread in this situation in the last 2 years. So you want to back the teams in the opening round because they're already relaxed, they're already warmed up, they've played actual basketball on the floor. I don't think NC State's got it in them against this Virginia Tech squad that is hungry as hell to make a push here. Maybe for an NCAA tournament bid, who knows? I don't know if that's going to be enough for them, but I would love to see them not only in the quarterfinals, but let's see if they get into the semis and on. But we'll see about that. Give me Virginia Tech here plus 2.5 as my fourth play of the night. As we go back to the chat, Mooch is like, what's up? Yup, boy! In the building. What's going on, kid? Exactly. UTSA plus 7. Haven't looked at that game. I was a complete pass, honestly. So that is not on my radar. I would probably pass on that one if I was you. But it's your dough. You do with it what you will. Giancarlo! What's going on, man? LFG, let's fucking go. I'll give you some shots fired on that one, baby. All right, boys. That's going to do it for the late night bangers. I come in quick, I come in hard, I come in fast, and I bring the heat always. And to recap, if you missed any of the plays, I'm going to go Stanford plus 1, FIU plus 1.5, Oklahoma plus 1, and Virginia Tech plus 2.5. Those are the plays for tonight. And if you're watching right now and you aren't subscribed to our channel, do it now. Please subscribe to the channel. Help us grow. Help us get bigger than anybody in sports wagering here on the planet. And also hit the notification button and make sure you get into the comment section, as always, and be engaging with us. We want to engage with you. You engage with us. That's how it works here, folks, and helps us grow. Make the like button's important, man. Just gotta hit it. You're watching us now. It's just right there on the bottom. Just hit it. Hit it. All right, Michael in the chat's back. What's up, buddy? How you doing here? And Mike says, I got nothing left tonight, just sweating Ohio State. Why they nearly blew it. Hey, all you need is covers, baby. It doesn't matter how it happens. If it can be sloppy, it can be ugly. As long as you get there at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So let's get it, my guy. And the let's go. I wish I could say all the words here. I just don't want to get canceled on YouTube now. But let's cash some tickets tonight, boys. I'll be back tomorrow, Dad Bods. We're gonna have Mark Zeno on the show. He's been on all over the place. We're talking VSiN, Sports Grid. We're gonna be talking NBA. We're gonna be talking college basketball. We're gonna be talking everything in between. So please join us for that 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, we'll be doing breaking ankles on Friday, and I'll be giving some plays there as well. Listen, we'll be filling out brackets by Sunday night. We got to get in while the getting is good before we hit the biggest weekend on in the whole history of actually in all of 2023 and every single year. It's like Christmas for us bettors, and we want to take advantage of that. So please stick with the channel because we'll be doing content all the way through there, a lot of it with college basketball related stuff. So thanks for joining me for this edition of Late Night Bangers. Let's cash some tickets tonight, boys. And as always, let's keep dancing. Bang.